Kia ora e hoa mā. Ke te whakarongo mai koutou ki Arrow FM, your community access radio station. This is RAM. This is RAM, the program based on the acronym for Random Access Memory, which is increasingly how my brain works. And rather than fight against it, you know, you're just going to have to cope with some random stuff. Basically, my job, my intention, is to let you know what's going on in the Wairarapa. And now that we are down to level 1 and have been for some time, I notice events are picking up a little bit. That's great. Exhibitions are happening at Aratoi, and they have been for a while. Some of the ones that they had planned, they've had to postpone. But, you know, the Gone Home, Gavin Hipkins, Peter Perrier photo exhibition's still happening. That's good. The markets are still happening. Wairarapa Farmers Market up, that's at the Solway Showgrounds nowadays, isn't it? That's happening. The Featherston Weekly Market is happening. That's in Featherston. Oh, yeah. So, lots of stuff going on. Yep, Solway Showgrounds, the Wairarapa Farmers Market. I was going to say Fargers Market, and you've no idea what that is. But I predict it's going to take off big time. Let's see. Well, it's just the usual stuff, but good stuff, isn't it? You can have your breakfast, brunch or lunch, pick up your dinner items. It's all fresh local produce, which is a good thing because, of course, your carbon footprint is nice and low. You're not getting stuff that's had to be sent across the world. It's been grown locally, or it's been made locally. There's artisanal products, and you're meeting all the local people, and it's fresh, largely organic, I would say. And I think that's the same for the Featherston market. I've been to both markets several times and really impressed. It's a great thing, isn't it? It's the way things used to be. And I think as we move out of this whole COVID, well, I was going to say as we move out of it, I'm not so sure that we are moving out of it. But one day things will become normal again, but what normal is might have to be redefined. We might have to consider travelling a little less, shipping food massive distances, following cattle and sheep trucks on the Remataka Road, and we might have to think much more locally and use modern technology to traverse distances instead of doing it by hopping on a plane. So, that's my view. I think it's shared by a lot of people. What are some of the things that are happening? See, I shouldn't have done that because I've got clumsy fingers and I can't turn the page now. I want to tell you, as part of Booktown, I think it is, Sarah Gaetanos is doing a talk on Shirley Smith. So it's called An Examined Life. This is at Kiwi Hall, which is in Bell Street, Featherston. It's part of Booktown. This is on Saturday, 2 till 3. 2 till 3 at Kiwi Hall, Featherston, part of Booktown. Sarah Gaetanos. Now let's find out about that. She says, having been forced, well, somebody said on her behalf, having been forced to postpone the Featherston Booktown Kurakatea to 2020 festival in May, Featherston Booktown is returning with a roar, with a series of drawcard literary events dubbed Words in Winter from June through to August in Featherston. Well, that's great. The opening event will be Aotearoa New Zealand We Need to Talk, featuring 3 award-winning and provocative writers, held over the weekend of 27th to 28th of June. That's this weekend, isn't it? I just checked my phone. Yeah, it is. I'm up with the play. Starting the kōrero, of course, as I mentioned, with Sarah Gaetanos in conversation with Linda Clark, exploring her recently released biography of Shirley Smith, An Examined Life. That book was a finalist at the Ockham New Zealand Book Awards this year. That's our bookers. Yeah. 2 p.m. in the Kiwi Hall on Saturday the 27th of June. Now we have to find out who Shirley Smith is. Well, a remarkably warm and generous woman, one with a rare gift for frankness, an implacable sense of principle, and a personality of complexity and formidable energy. Oh, I've got a phone interview this morning, so let's just answer that phone. Good morning. Wouldn't you know it? Good morning. Oh, is that you there, Alex?
Kia ora, Michael. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty well. Yeah, I was just struggling with my headphones for a moment there, but there you are.
Here I am.
Alex, nice to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Alex is the...
Nice to be here.
Well, I hope it is. You never know what will happen over the next few minutes. Alex is the Community Development Manager for Bee Collective. Now, I have to say, Alex, I didn't see this written down. The first time I heard of Bee Collective was just word of mouth, and I thought, is this some kind of loose association of apiarists, kind of combining their honey in order to reach a bigger market? But no.
No, it's not. I mean, we share a lot of the same ideas about bees working together and collaborating, but no, we're not representative of the apiary industry, sorry. No.
So it is you have this volunteer management software. Yes. I guess what I'd like to know is why that's a useful tool and who it's a useful tool for.
Great, yeah, no problem. So I guess from our point of view, the whole volunteering landscape and the whole volunteering world is changing. And historically, for a volunteer, it's been very much about the organisation's needs coming first and what the organisation needs and how their processes work. And what we've found is that the volunteering landscape is changing.
Yep.
People are looking for more episodic, kind of one-off things to do. They really want to feel valued and to understand their impact. And so Bee Collective sits in a place where we're trying to redesign the whole point of volunteering to put the person at the centre. Yes.
Now, I think you're right in saying that the volunteering landscape has changed. I think the everything landscape is changing. Yeah. So if I may, I know this tool will be very useful for people who use volunteers in their businesses. What about if I'm just a person, perhaps as I am, heading for retirement, thinking I still want to have some kind of meaningful contribution to society? Going through and using your services, how will this make life easier for me in that respect?
Great. So the way the Bee Collective is set up is that all you have to do is log on to the website, to beecollective.com, and you can have at your fingertips a whole range of things that are going on in your area. Whether it's you're looking for one-off opportunities or some sort of regular giving, whether you're wanting to try a whole lot of different bits and pieces, and again, it might just be for staying involved in your community, or you might be looking to try a new sector or a new opportunity. What Bee Collective offers that's unique to us is the idea that we can keep a record of your giving and community. And what we do is we provide a social CV to any volunteer. And what that does is it gives you a verified record of all the hours that you've contributed in your community and all the skills that you've developed through volunteering. So you can really start to, understand the impact that you're having as a person in your community.
Right. Who logs that time? Is that the person who uses you, employs you, or whatever, or is that you? You enter that into the app?
No, and again, the great thing is that that's done by the organisations themselves.
Yeah.
So as a volunteer, you're not having to try and articulate exactly what you did, how long it took, what skills you gained. It gets automatically mapped across to you from the organisation itself.
Right. So then as somebody running an organisation like this where we might need and to be able to use some volunteers, we get in touch with you on what kind of reporting we do. I suppose the more reporting we do, the better it is for the volunteer's CV.
Again, it's very simple. If you're an organisation looking for volunteers, you don't even have to go through us. You can just go and explore and find the website and set up your own group. It's really as simple as putting in your logo and a few details and then starting to articulate what you're looking for in the community and how you'd like some support.
Yeah. If I had a range of things that I thought I was quite good at, or at least interested in, is there a way of kind of feeding these various talents into your database and coming up with some results that would fit for me?
Yes, there is. So you can put in any causes that you'd like to get involved with, or again, even any skills that you'd like to develop.
Yep.
And the platform will spit out a selection of opportunities in your area that it thinks that you might be interested in based on that.
Right. The other thing that occurs to me is we're in an era of being able to do things remotely.
Yes.
Is this strictly a New Zealand thing, or could I contribute to somewhere in Africa with my remote skills? Is that something you can help connect me with?
Yeah, look, again, we're only limited by who's using the platform. And we've got teams in Australia and Europe and in New Zealand, so we're not limited by just New Zealand. If you're overseas and you want to get involved, if there's opportunities on the Be Collective platform, then you can sign up no matter where you are.
Oh, that sounds great. I think I realise that my opportunity to do volunteer service abroad has passed because my joints would make me a liability, rather than an asset. And I regret that. I really wish I'd done some of that work. So being able to contribute in some other way would be fabulous. Yep. Yeah.
I think one of the other great things about Be Collective that we're starting to see in the Wairarapa especially is that it becomes a whole digital ecosystem for multiple groups. So different organisations can partner together, they can share resource, they can share people, they can share opportunities. And so it's a really great way to kind of find different things to do and to really connect a lot of different organisations into one ecosystem.
Right. So you're a kind of conduit, and we can choose the degree to which we want to involve you. We might need a lot of help, or we might just use you to get... I think Volunteering Wairarapa is a member of your organisation or has joined or whatever. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And again, I'd say like Volunteering Wairarapa, who have been the hub for volunteering in the region for a while, they're still the place to go. All that's changed through our partnership with them is they're using the Be Collective engine to power the great work that they do. So if you're looking for things to do, I'd still recommend go check out the Volunteering Wairarapa place, because they have a curation of different opportunities up on Be Collective that are available for people to do.
That's great. And I think that word that you used, engine, is very apposite, because often very well-meaning organisations don't have that kind of tech, and you're able to provide that for them.
Yep, that's absolutely right. And we're lucky that we've got our own developers who work for the Be Collective in our Melbourne office, who are able to update and adapt and evolve based on whatever is needed in the community. So we've got a lot of control over how the engine works and what else might be needed by stakeholders. Right.
This is very comprehensive, and it can't be done for nothing. So there's obviously must be a cost to employers or whoever who wish to reach these people through you.
It's quite exciting, Michael. We're supported by a philanthropic family in Australia, the Wise family.
Right.
And they're one of the things that they'll be known for in New Zealand is for bringing the body shop across the ditch to New Zealand and Australia. And they're very big on community. So they've created Be Collective as an infrastructure for community, where really they want to be able to offer it to anybody for no cost. And what's fantastic is that
that's amazing.
The basic use of Be Collective is totally free to anybody who wants it.
That's extraordinary.
It is, and it gives you, and it's really fantastic. All the social CVs for volunteers, the reporting for groups, the partnerships is all available for anybody. We do have an advanced features called Be Collective Plus, and again, that is a on-cost platform, and that's just to support our sustainability moving forwards as well.
Again, as soon as you say Be Collective Plus, I just think Manuka honey. He's talking now. We're moving on into the Look, this is remarkable for it to be provided at no cost. And I've had a quick look at your website, and it is a comprehensive service. And what I love about it is we can choose the degree to which we want to be, assisted or part of it.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're a community development. You're the community development manager. Or is that that something that takes up your entire working life?
Yes, I'm one of a team of 4. We have an office in Wellington. There's 4 of us. We've got our boss and then 3 community development managers. But yes, this is my full-time job. I came to this through working both in secondary education and then in the charity sector, and also through a lot of football coaching. But I came to this role just as a way to, I guess, feel like I could contribute a bit more in community with something tangible where I could add value, and just as a way to be able to support and help out and feel like together by collaborating we're really helping out community was really what drew me to the role.
Well, that's wonderful. And I think it's a model for how society can operate. I do feel that I'd like to think we're hurtling towards the end of a kind of extreme capitalist way of dealing with everything. I think a few things have driven us to this point. We'd learnt a lot of things during the COVID lockdown about how to work more collaboratively, how to have a smaller carbon footprint by not hopping on planes at the drop of a hat. And we've seen the example of mismanagement, you might say, of the capitalist system in another country. And I'd like to think that we're all going to have to reassess, and what your group is doing is a great model for that.
I think you're right, Michael. I think like all of those enduring social and environmental challenges, they can only be addressed if every part of community works together and, cross-sector community, whether it's iwi or business or education or government. Like, we need a place where people can collaborate together and work together in partnership. And I guess one thing that really excites me about Be Collective is it's a tool that can make that happen.
Yeah. I know that people might point out, oh, yes, but you've got a rich benefactor. How does that model work if you're not blessed with that? I take some heart from the open source idea of people contributing their skills into something to improve it, and hopefully with a kind of mass input we can drive things forward without all having to think that we've somehow got to become billionaires.
Yes, I totally agree. Yes.
Yeah. So you said you're a football coach. Are we talking real football, or do you mean rugby?
I'm going to say real football with a capital F.
Good on you.
Hopefully your listeners aren't too upset by that. But yes, I've done a lot of youth football coaching, both in Wellington and in Auckland, and done some professional courses through New Zealand football. And that's probably my other passion is football and the whole football, watching football and coaching football. Oh,
great. Well, I'm right with you there. Presumably you were a player or are a player?
Was a player. Haven't played much since I took up coaching, but used to play. I grew up down in Dunedin and I used to play down there since I was about 4 years old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great. Well, I tried to keep up my playing. I wanted to still be playing when I was 60. And I remember the game when I was still 59 when the knees locked up and refused to let me move another centimetre. So reluctantly I had to give it away. It's a bit awkward when your game was based on speed and your legs don't work anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Listen, Alex, I think what you're doing is a wonderful thing, and I'm very pleased to have had you on the program to chat about it. Is there anything that we've perhaps, I haven't asked you, that you think is vital to get across to people?
I think just at the moment it's National Volunteer Week, so te hua o ta mahi tahi, the benefit of working together. So I guess I just want to draw attention to the fact that there are a lot of people who do give time and energy and skills in community, and it's just really fantastic. And I think especially during the lockdown, there was a real outpouring of support, people really wanted to get involved. So just a real thanks for me to everybody who does contribute in community, and hopefully you continue to do it moving forwards.
Yeah, I'm with you there, and I'm sure that people will. There's a lot of great activity, volunteer activity. We're right above the Masterton Food Bank here, and I'm very impressed with how many vehicles turn up, loaded up with contributed food. It's wonderful.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. Well, let's keep that mahi going. Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Talk to you again. Bye.
Bye.
Right. Okay. I just got to turn the phone off. There we go. Alex Drummond. I was really surprised to learn that comes at no cost. That is a wonderful resource, and good on the Wise family, wasn't it, in Australia for providing that. Wow. Well, I'm going to move on and tell you about a few more things that are happening. Hey, I tell you what, let's whip up into the Tararua district and see what's happening there. Now, they're very jazzy with their notices that they send to me. They're all in colour, and the colours that tell you what day it's on, I can hardly read. But anyway, on the 3rd of July, Matariki fireworks are on at the Dannevirke Showgrounds. Free entry, gates open at 4:30, fireworks begin at 6. Great, fantastic evening celebrating Matariki. It's good to have fireworks at this time of year, if you're going to have them at all, rather than, the supposed Guy Fawkes night when it's our summer and you've got to wait till really late before the sun goes down. Now, 6th of July to the 7th of September, that's a long period. There's an adult reading challenge on at the library in... This is the library. I'm picking Dannevirke. There's a learner's license course on in Eketahuna on the 6th of July. The cost is $120, but that includes the cost of sitting the test at the AA in Masterton. Interesting. Oh, yeah. I don't suppose they have a testing centre in Eketahuna. So contact Shirley Jones if you're interested in that. Here's the phone number. Are you ready? Get your pens out. Oh, you've got a device. Yeah. 0274 222 7693. And again, 0274 222 7693. And it's school holidays coming up, so there's a school holiday program at the Tararua Community Youth. It just says youth. Maybe it's a centre. From the 6th till the 10th of July. Phone 06 374 9214. That'll do for now, and I'll tell you more about what's happening in the Tararua district next week. Now, as I say, things are kicking off again, and the Wairatas are back with special guest Ebony Lamb. They're a great combination, aren't they? I saw Ebony Lamb perform with Barry Saunders out at the Tanui Hall during Kokomai, and it was fabulous. So, the Wairatas with Ebony Lamb are on at the Carterton Events Centre. You know where that is, Holloway Street in Carterton. Saturday, 8 till 10. I nearly said tomorrow, but even though I'm live here today on Friday, you could be watching or listening to this tomorrow, in which case it's today. So Saturday at the Carterton Events Centre at 8 o'clock, the Wairatas with Ebony Lamb. So there's so much written here about them, but you know who they are and how good they are, eh? That's going to be a real special night. I'd put a big circle around that. On Sunday, Wairarapa Word are on again, which is good, because obviously things got difficult for them during the COVID lockdown period, but they're up and going again. So they're on at the Carterton Community Courthouse. Oh, Sunday the 7th of June. That was a while ago. Just ignore that one. They'll be up again, and I'll let you know when it is, because it's not every week. All right, this is definitely this week. Becky Manawatu, The Magic of Aue, is on at the Kiwi Hall, same place as the other thing, Sarah Gaetanos. Becky Manawatu on Sunday, 11 till 12. So this is all, again, it's the reviving of the Karukatea, the Featherston Booktown 2020 Festival. So let's see. I've jumped. Where is she? She was here a moment ago. There's Sarah Gaetanis' one. Good. We've already talked about that. Here it is, Becky Manawatu. She was winner of the Jan Medlicott Acorn Prize for Fiction at this year's Ockham New Zealand Book Awards. She'll be in conversation with her publisher, Mary McCallum of Makaro Press. They'll be discussing Becky's prize-winning book. This is The Magic of Aoe. That's her first book. And a judge on the Jan Medlicott Acorn Prize for the Fiction panel said this of it: there is something so assured and flawless in the delivery of the writing voice that is almost like acid on the skin. Well, so this is her first book, Aoe, and it's done really well. And people... Oh, Steve Bronier said something of it. He said it's the best book of 2019. It is really immense, a deep and powerful work. I'm going to go out and buy it. It sounds fabulous. So you want to go to the Kiwi Hall in Featherston at 11 o'clock on Sunday to hear her talk with her publisher about this. And go out and get the book. Books are... There's so many things. They're a comfort, they're a challenge, they keep your brain going, and they're just an absolutely crucial part of my life. If I'm not reading a novel at some stage, well, at every stage really, I can't do it at work, but, you know, what I mean is I've always got a novel on the go. Every so often I read some non-fiction. I'm reading a book about the life of Wordsworth at the moment, and it's great, but I'm dying to get my teeth back into a story. Actually, it is a bit of a story, as all people's lives are. All right, so the Featherston Booktown Karukatea 2020 Festival, the things to watch out for this week are Becky Manawatu at the Kiwi Hall on Sunday, 11 to 12, and Sarah Gaetanos also at the Kiwi Hall on Saturday at, wait for it, 2 till 3. Right, you're going to be busy, what with going to see the Waratahs as well, and Emily Lamb. I think it's just about time for a song, don't you? Yes. A musical track here from a local artist. Here she is, Colette Rivers. And she's self-produced this at her own home studio. Knowing her, she's probably played all the instruments. She's certainly the vocalist. And this is Out of the Cage, which sounds a bit like how we're all feeling as we come out of the lockdown, isn't it? Well, we'll see if that's the case. Colette Rivers.
Said spoken, folded fast and quickly broken, but you didn't seem to care, seem to mind how it lingered in the air and down the line. It all started with a moment, one and hoping I could hold it, but you've passed along so long, long way, and the world keeps spinning on and on each day. So I'll go into the wild, out of the cage, floating high, feeling alright. It's okay, feeling alive, and it's how I wanna stay. So I'll go into the wild, out of the cage. Freedom on the breeze, it's taking me from this world, from this world, from this world. I can't be dead, locked and contained. I'm not run anymore, run anymore. So I'll go into the wild, out of the cage, floating high, feeling alright. It's okay, feeling alive, and it's how I wanna stay. So I'll go into the wild, out of the cage.
That was Colette Rivers. Good, eh? And she lives here in Masterton. There she is. And it's called Wandering Thoughts, the album. That track was called Out of the Cage. Now, Colette texted me to say, would you mind mentioning, and here I am mentioning it, that she has a new single out, Washington Sun. Well, she's going to put it out on the 4th of July. Keep an ear, an eye, and a soul out for that. Good on you, Colette. Great stuff. Moving on, I got to tell you a little bit more of what's happening. I'm going to talk about a training session, workshop, whatever, for H&S representatives. I'm picking that's health and safety. Yep. Everyone who wants to be officially recognised as an H&S representative in their workplace needs to complete this course. New Zealand health and safety law requires training and recognises the role, the duties, responsibilities of workplace health and safety representatives, so you need to have done a course if you're going to officially be that. And there's one at the Solway, the Copthorne Hotel, on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, right, from 9 o'clock on both days. So, here are the session topics: how improvements in health and safety link to productivity, interpreting injury claims information, measuring what matters, calculating the costs of work. Do you know there's a whole bunch of them? And you got to know all of this stuff. So turn up to the course. The cost of the course is $599 if you're a member of Business Central. If you're a non-member, it's $725 plus GST, and that includes 2-day course, a workbook, arrival tea or coffee, morning tea, lunch, and afternoon tea. So there's a fair bit jammed into there. The important thing, of course, is the course itself, and you do need to take one of these courses if you're going to be the H&S, the official H&S representative for your workplace. So if you want to buy tickets, here's a number. This is a Wellington number, 047. That's not enough numbers. Just says 709929. That's not enough numbers. All right, what I suggest you do is get in touch with the Copthorne Hotel or Google. The group is called Business Central. So Google Business Central and find out about the course from there. Yeah, that's easy enough, eh? Oh, hey, it's the Greytown Festival of Christmas coming up. I know it's not actual Christmas, but again, it's like the fireworks. That whole winter thing, isn't it? Having some real good comfort food and getting really involved in, well, it's getting out partially, isn't it? When you're all hunkered down because it's cold. So, and they agree. They say we need a little Christmas right this very moment. It's even more so than usually because we've been isolated. It's time to get out and celebrate just being alive and together. So this is the Greytown Village on Main Street in Greytown. Wednesday till Friday, basically, one of those nights, book in and have a whole Christmas thing. So go to their website for the program of events. So there's a whole bunch of events associated with this and offers from the Greytown Village establishments. I'm going to knock it off there because, well, it's been fun, but all things must come to an end now. And this is it coming to an end. It's finished.